In this video, we are going to learn how to align materials to a surface with precision. And we're going to learn how to center, scale, and stretch materials so that they fit well on the intended surface. So the spot that I want to focus on for this video is here with this kind of back wall texture that we've got happening with the kind of, whether it's a wallpaper or an actual panel piece and different sizes and stuff like that. So in reality, if we're actually the designer doing this project, we would know what truly material this is and the scale and sizing of everything. So we would know how to work with that. For this one, we're actually working more of like on a visual reference of making this just apply a little better, because we can see when we look at this, that it's kind of cutting off these center medallions. We only see a little half portion, and then we've got little tips here, and then it's cut off here. And so if we're going to keep the scale the same, that's fine, but we want to position this a little nicer, because we want our installers to realize, like, I actually do care how you apply this. I want, say, a nice full center of the medallion right here in the center of this like feature wall that we're creating. Excuse me. So what I'm going to do is take this face, and again, this one is not grouped currently. So that it means it's raw, which allows me to, sorry, I had to take a drink, allows me to modify this. So I'm going to do what I did in the previous, and I'm going to right click. I'm going to go down to texture and then select position when it pops out. And so we're going to see our pins again. And there's a couple things I can do. I can click on this red pin for move, and it puts it on my cursor. And I can say, let's move to right here to this corner. And then now I can move this to along the edge and just kind of put that at midpoint. And then now I can take the kind of scale / rotate command here, the pin, and I'm going to drag it this way. I'm not going to go diagonal or rotate it. I don't want that to happen. I just want to scale it so that maybe the medallions look more like this, where we're not cutting that off. Or if you don't want to scale it, let me fix that. Hang on. Edit, undo. There we go. Back to the right size. Okay. Right click, texture, position. And again, I can click on that to move it right here, get this more in line. Or if I wanted to, I could click this one, find the midpoint. So now I know it's on the center of this, and then I can kind of go here now, and I could pick it on the side here and get that positioned right there in the center. And till, like, sometimes we have to eyeball it just a little bit. You could certainly use guides. You could have guides drawn ahead of time to do this. And I'm just really trying to get this nice and even because I want my installer to really center this on my wall here and get that really properly done. So yes, it's still going to cut off a little bit, but we're getting much fuller pieces and less, it visually looks a lot better. So once you like that positioning, you can press enter to accept that, and it will apply. So here's the thing, I can play with this, and if I wanted to, I could draw a guide to right about that middle point, because then I could use that as a visual guide to kind of reference. And if I know that this is, get under there, so I'm making sure I'm actually grabbing it. There we go. There's my mid. And so if I wanted to position this, doing it with the guides, I can go texture, position. And this time I don't even have to move the pins. I can just play, kind of get that hole right there on that center point. And now that's really going to position me where I want it. And I can press enter, and I can delete those guides. And now that's going to look nice and balanced and much more appropriate application of this material. And so we could do that for anything else that looks potentially off a little bit. That's the beauty of this. So it allows us to keep making those modifications. And now I could decide, do I want to carry this over and have it on the walls? What's my baseboard finish going to be? And we would just keep applying those textures until we really finish this out. So what I'm going to do is stop this video right here, but I'm going to go ahead before the next video and go ahead and color the baseboards and figure out a wall color for here so that in the last video we can add entourage.